All right, you guys, get ready with me to go to the gym. And I'll give you guys a quick life update. I told you guys like a couple months ago, I ended a 10-year relationship. I'm a single mama now, so everything's all on me. I'm not really upset about being a single mom. I actually don't mind being a single mother. I would say the only thing that sucks about single parenting to me is like not being able to be two places at once and having to be financially responsible for everything. Dating is probably a little bit harder because you got to have a babysitter. but I would say my dating life is okay now. Now that I finally started putting myself out there, because at first the guy is like literally banging on my door with the vacuum cleaner. But it's at first I wasn't really putting myself out there because I was just kind of like in a funk. I'm not gonna lie. I was in a funk for like probably the last month and a half. But I finally found some guy that I really, really like and I'm really, really interested in. And I really, really want to see how this goes. I'm definitely going to be much heavier on saving, especially in 2026. Like for real, money is always going to be like I'm talking about like I've been using coupons more than I have ever in my life since I became a single mom. I will definitely say that. But I'm gonna definitely like beef up on the savings, like literally penny pinch everything. And only like I was talking to somebody on the phone the other day. He said I literally only spend money on bills and food and groceries. That's it. Bills and groceries. Like if I need to go grocery shopping, then and then I'll pay a bill. But other than that, I don't spend my money. I throw it in my savings. And I was like, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Like I'm gonna go to work, and if I have a bill to pay, focus on my bills and my groceries. Because that's literally all you need is food, shelter, and raiment. That's what the Bible says. Usually, like when I was in a relationship, usually every year during tax season, I would get my tax money. And I mean, there was like a few years where I wanted to invest it, but I guess I just didn't have enough faith in like what I was doing. But what the projects I'm working on this year, literally, I have a lot of faith in. And so I might do a little bit of investing this year with that money, but the rest is going in my savings account. Like I'm literally only spending money on groceries and bills. Like unless my kids need some new shoes, I just took my kids and I just spent like $600 like 2 weeks ago at the Old Navy in Maple Grove on my kids. So they got a whole new wardrobe, so I don't have to worry about shopping for them for a while. And the only clothes that I need is workout clothes. So I usually go to I mean, I did get a couple of workout outfits from Old Navy. But there's a place over in Brooklyn Center that I want to go to, and they have tracksuit sets for $20. All that I want to do is like wear exercise clothing because my job doesn't require me to dress up. My job is like more physical labor, and so I don't really have to And so I'm just gonna be wearing like workout clothes at work. I just want to lose this weight and get my body back. Cause no shade to my ex. Like I don't want to say anything negative about him, but my relationship was so toxic. It was like I wasn't even thinking about my health. I was always just worried about whether or not he was being genuine with me. Is he lying to me? What is he doing while I'm at work? It's like, you get so wrapped up with it's like when you're in a relationship with somebody you don't trust, it's hard for you to focus on anybody else or anything else. Whereas when you're single, or even if you're in a relationship with somebody that you do trust, you're like, like if you trust them, it's easier for you to focus on your business because your man's not out there doing anything crazy. Or you can focus on, your health, like going to the gym. You can focus on creating content. You can focus on all those other things because you don't have to worry about your spouse. But, it's like when you're in a relationship that's so toxic or negative, then it's like it steals the energy of you focusing on your health and going to the gym. It steals the energy of you wanting to eat healthy and take care of yourself, for me at least. And so my thing is I have to be in a relationship that's balanced, where I know I can trust my partner, or else I'm not going to be able to focus on anything. Like, and that's why I've noticed that when I became single, I've been more focused on my looks. I've been more focused on, eating healthier, going to the gym myself, self-love, self-care, been more focused on, my kids. And I've always been focused on my kids, but like look, my kids are so annoyed with me right now. I feel like they wish that I had a boyfriend so I can get out of their face. I hate to say this so bad, but it seems like there's so many people that are breaking up after 10 years. Like Christy, Sarah, who else? It was another celebrity couple that ended a 10-year relationship. And it's just like, it sucks to see it, but it's comforting for me to know that I'm not the only person that's dealing with, having to start all over in their early 30s. It's like I've been in a relationship since I was 24 years old. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm 34. And I'm just like, who is this girl? And so now I have to like take the time to learn who I am all over again. And without going back to my old habits, because I'm with God now, But whereas when I was 24, I had God with me, but I wasn't aware of how strong, my relationship was with Him, or wasn't even aware that God was protecting me from a lot of things the whole time. I will say that it feels really good to be in a mental headspace where I'm not worried about whether or not somebody's lying to me or being sneaky. Like, instead of like focusing on creating content or, minding my business, I'd probably be somewhere crying or arguing or screaming. And that's another thing about toxic relationships. Ladies, don't ever date a man that pulls you out of your feminine energy. If a man makes you want to raise your voice, then you should just cut ties with him. I don't want anybody stressing me out. I don't want to yell. I did all of that in my 20s, like the shouting matches, public arguments, all that stuff. It was just so toxic in our 20s. And, I thought it would die down in our 30s. And I'm just like, it did in our 30s. It died down a lot, but it was still happening, like the just toxic shouting matches. And it's just like that pulls you out of your feminine energy. Like, I shouldn't have to raise my voice, or I don't want to raise my voice. I don't want to argue. I feel like life is just too short to have to yell at anything, except for if your kids are driving you absolutely nuts and you want to scream, hey, get off the monkey bars or whatever. But the only time you should ever raise your voice is if you're being like assertive, or, if you're correcting or directing your children and like, excuse me, But in relationships or in friendships, I feel like that's too much. And I don't even be want to raise my voice to my kids neither. Like, I be telling my son, like, you could just give me your phone or you can go to your room. Like, I'm not going to stress myself out and even heighten my blood pressure because you don't want to listen. So that's how I feel about raising, like the whole shouting matches. I'm about to be 35 years old this year. I'll be 40 years old. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe I said that. Lord have mercy. I'm about to be 40 years old in 5 years. And so I'm about to be like, not like an old woman, but I'm about to be getting up there. I don't know why I do that every. I have a date with this guy whose birthday is like 5 or 6 days before mine. And it's this Sunday, and our personalities are like way too close. So I'm really, really excited about him. Plus, he has a relationship with God. So this is my first time dating somebody, especially with being in ministry, like really being with somebody who has a relationship with God. Before I was with somebody for 10 years, so it's like I couldn't change him. But this time I'm dating guys who like put God first. You know what I'm saying? And so he's really nice. And I'm 5'4", almost 5'5", and he's 6'2". Period. I love tall guys so much. Oh my goodness. I just want a big teddy bear. And so dating is fun because I get to, have the opportunity to date the type of guys that I want. Oh, you got to be at least 6'2" to be my man and love Jesus. So I'm about to go get wined and dined this weekend, ladies, by a man of God. One thing about me is I'm always like doing something really stupid and silly. I was trying to put makeup on my parts. Now it just looks like a big old bald spot. Cut the camera.